Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be testing out and reviewing the newest launch from Dominique Cosmetics. This is her Wide Awake Full Cover Concealer. Now this retails for $26 and you can find it in 17 different shades. I purchased 4 of the shades because I wanted to show you guys the different shade range, but I also didn't know what to pick out for myself. The website doesn't really have swatches. They only have like this type of swatch on the website, and I find that it's not always very accurate. When these were launching, I looked at her Instagram account to see if they were going to have swatches there, which they did not. So I kind of just had to choose based on what was available. Now, as far as the details for this concealer, it does claim to be a medium to full coverage concealer with a natural finish. Now, as far as the applicator with this, it is very unique in that it is a metal applicator. And it is that way for a few reasons. One, it's supposed to, combined with the formula in these concealers, it's supposed to help depuff. And 2, it's supposed to avoid grabbing more than what you need. So I know that with larger applicators, larger wands, sometimes you do get a ton of product that kind of just clings onto the wand no matter what you do. So unless you scrape it off, you end up with a ton of product on the wand. And then, you know, it's a little bit harder to kind of control underneath the eye if you're just going straight underneath the eye, but this is supposed to help avoid that because it's not grabbing too much at a time. Now, like I said, I do have 4 of the shades right here, so let's go ahead and swatch them. On launch day, I was on the website, and I also wanted to grab the new setting powder that she also launched along with these, but the website was acting really funky. I couldn't really check out, and then by the time that I was actually able to check out, that product was sold out, but at least I got my hand on 4 of the different shades. So the first one up is Frappuccino. Looks like this. This is the shade number 5, and it has a neutral undertone. Next to it, you have Creme Brulee, and this has a warm undertone. Next, we have Whipped Coffee, which has a cool undertone, which I'm honestly not sure why I grabbed that one. I think I grabbed that one instead of Cappuccino. Cappuccino is the one that I think I meant to purchase, but I'm telling you, the website was just acting funky. It was not cooperating, so I have what I have. We'll work with it. And the last one up is Chai Latte, which has a warm undertone, obviously. So here are the 4 swatches. I think for today, I am definitely going to be grabbing Frappuccino, which again has a neutral undertone. I think that would work best underneath the eyes. Now we are going to be testing this concealer out today with a corrector and without a corrector underneath it. That way we can get a better idea of what type of coverage this truly does provide. And the corrector that I'm going to be using for today is my Sigma Spectrum Color Correcting Duo in the shade Medium to Dark, which looks like this. So let's get right into it. We're going to start off by color correcting, and I'm only going to be color correcting the right side. I'll skip out on the corrector for the left side. All right, corrector is on. Now let me apply foundation to the rest of the face, skipping the under eye area, of course, and I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Foundation is on. Let us begin. Again, I'm going to be using the shade Frappuccino for today. I'm going to start off over here. Now let's blend it out. I'm just using my P87 brush from Sigma Beauty. This is the Edge Precision brush. All right, so there we go. With a corrector, you really don't need a whole lot of product. I concentrated most of the product right here, which, you know, of course, targeting the dark area underneath the eye. And I feel like we're pretty well concealed right now. So I think we're done with the right side. Now let's go ahead and move on to the left side. See what this looks like. Now, even though this does claim to have a natural finish, I think it dried up a little bit before I was able to drag it out here. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it doesn't appear to be matte as of right now. So I'm gonna have to add a little bit over here, a little bit more, just to make sure I conceal the entire under eye area. So just a little bit. All right, so there it is. Now, by itself, I feel like this shade may be a little bit too light. As you can see over here, everything looks nice and concealed. It even looks a little highlighted. But over on the left side where I did not apply the color corrector, it looks a little bit gray and you can kind of still see the darkness peeking through. So I'm going to take a little bit of the next shade up, which is Creme Brulee. This was the warm undertone concealer. I believe it's number 6. And I'm just going to apply a little tiny bit of this right here. This is also going to determine whether or not this concealer can be, you know, built up a little. So let me clean off my brush here really quick. So let's go ahead and blend that in and see if that helps. Okay, I think that absolutely helped. It doesn't look as gray anymore, and I was able to build it up really well right there. All right, so there it is, both sides blended. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need to set this. Let me look. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna set this. I don't know if you guys can see. I'm sure you can from here. It's kind of settling into my fine lines just a little bit. So we're gonna set it with my one size translucent powder. This one is the ultimate setting powder. It isn't settling too much though, just a little bit. So I do wanna get ahead of that so that we don't end up with a ton of product in between fine lines. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of the powder with my soft blend brush from Sigma Beauty. This is their number 50 brush. So just grabbing a little bit, tapping off the excess, and this is what I'm going to use to set the under eye area. Again, just setting it very, very lightly. All right, so now that everything is set and ready to go, let me zoom you guys in so that you can see what we're starting off with. All right, so this is the starting point for today. Both under eye areas appear to be fully concealed to me. Doesn't look heavy whatsoever. Let's see how it wears. All right, so let me jump off camera, take care of the rest of my makeup so I don't have to bore you guys with that, and I will be right back. All right, I am back. Makeup is done. Let's continue on with the day. It is currently 12:45 in the afternoon. So far, so good. I still really like it. I feel like I am getting full coverage out of this concealer, even without a corrector. But let's see how it wears. I did have to set it a little bit again. I'm sure you guys saw it in the close-up, but I caught it after when I was actually doing like underneath my eyes and all of that. I saw that the concealer was still settling. And so I set it a little bit more. So hopefully we're good to go for the day after that. So anyway, I will see you guys back here in a few hours for my midday check-in under natural lighting. All right, I am back for a quick midday check-in. It is currently 4:44, which means that I've had this concealer on for a solid 4 hours. This is the under eye area at the current moment. Coverage-wise, I feel like we're still good. However, it does look a little bit dry. What do you guys think? I feel like it just looks a tad bit dry underneath both eye areas, really. But other than that, we're still looking good as far as coverage. So yeah, I'll give it another few hours. Perhaps I'll wrap it up around like 8 o'clock, a little after 8, and see what we're left with. As of right now, still getting really, really decent amount of coverage. It's just looking a little tiny bit dry to me, but we'll see how we finish off the day. I will see you back here in a few more hours for my final check-in. All right, I am back for my final check-in of the day. It is currently 7:58. So I've had this concealer on pretty much all day. I want to say a good 7 hours because I think I started a little bit later today. Now, before I get into what I think about this concealer after wearing it for an entire day, I'm going to zoom you guys in one last time so that you can get a good up-close look underneath the eyes after a full day of wear. All right, so this is the under eye area after an entire day wear. As you can see, it did wear off a bit and it looks a little bit more dry than it did during my midday check-in. All right, so there you have it. That's a situation underneath the eyes. Unfortunately, I don't like this concealer. Based on how I wore it today, it's a no-go from me because of how it looks. It looks like I've worn it for not just 7 hours, but maybe 17 hours. It's broken up. It looks excessively dry. And I do think back to the beginning of the day, or when I first was applying my makeup, I did have to apply a little bit more powder than what I'm used to applying. Usually when I'm doing my makeup, I do very minimal under eye everything because I want to avoid situations like this where the under eye area looks either excessively dry or excessively overdone, like has too much product. So I like to keep my layers nice and light, but with this particular formula, it's not so thin, but it's not so it's not like a cream, but it's definitely quite pigmented, and it definitely does blend out a little bit thicker than what I guess I was expecting. So it did start to settle underneath the eyes, you guys saw, which is why I had to apply a little bit more powder. Perhaps that's why it's looking the way that it is now that it's the end of the day. Maybe it has something to do with powder. I don't know. I might give it a couple of different tries, and if I come to a different conclusion, I will absolutely keep you guys posted. I'll let you know. I'll pin the comment underneath this video, like the top comment. It'll be an update from me, just in case you're watching this, you know, like down the road and you're like, well, does she ever cover it? I will have that down below. And I will let you guys know if I tried it a different way, if it worked, and if it didn't, like, you know, update you guys that way. So yeah, but trying it the way that I did today, I don't like it. I don't like it. So that completes today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I truly hope that you enjoyed today's product review and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on future videos. And also don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, where I absolutely love to interact with you guys. As always, take care, and I will see you all in my next video. Mwah! Bye.